Or like, we wanted to buy things from the grocery store, and literally, without even having to speak about it, it's like, hey, what type of juice do you want? Okay, she wants this juice, and this juice, and I already know, and that's creepy. Like, we didn't know each other for that long before moving in either, so.
Yeah. It's one of those things where you just kind of click right away. Me and my wife were actually polar opposites again since we were so young. We hated each other. Like, he told me on the bus, like he's a jerk, I hate him, I come home and be like, Mom, Seth is so mean to me, and I don't know what to do. And she'd be like, calm down.
First of all, shut up.
Yeah. And then one day I came home and I was like, Mom, I'm going to the movies tonight. And she's like, what's that? And I was like, and she was like, were you crying over him for like 3 years and he was being you? I was like, yeah, I know, but like, it's fine.
But now he's all sorts of hot.
No. And she's like, okay, like, whatever. And then they were like, we give that a week. And then it's like, okay.
Now 9 years later.
Pretty much, yeah. Oh, God, I can't even. I mean, everyone's like, oh, how are you doing together? And like, I feel bad. As soon as neither of us have this. No one have an idea. We have no idea. We've known each other forever. She's like, well, when did we kind of go from like, because everyone's like, oh, how are you together? It's like, well, we moved here. I was like 11. So, and they're like, well, no, we were together. I'm like, well, no, but I've known him. I mean, I guess like when you date when you're like really young, it really doesn't like count. You're not really doing anything.
I don't think that counts any less.
I don't know. I mean, so I'm just like, I don't know. But,
Because I don't consider dating like, if you're just messing around with somebody, or if you're doing them, I wouldn't necessarily call that dating. I would call that doing them. I consider dating to be like the emotional attachment. So
yeah,
like,
but again, like when you're like young kids, it's like we had that, but like it wasn't. I think it's like me and him. I think it's so funny, like looking back now, of like how it's like we were so like, oh my God, we're so in love, and it's like no, we were like 13. Like we had no idea we were talking about.
I fully disagree. I don't think those feelings are any less genuine.
They're not any less genuine.
I would say how you deal with
so
problems
different.
at 13.
Yeah, I mean,
I would say that's the only thing that
I
changes.
think at 13 being in love is almost like more intense than it is now because it's so emotional, it's so ridiculous, everything's the end of the world.
But that's also because it's like your first time. Like you don't realize that life is going to go on once that person leaves.
It's not right now. It's never. And now we kind of like look back and we like joke about it, like we get in a fight or whatever, and it's like literally the end of the world. Now we get in a fight. I'm like, all right, I'll see you tomorrow. Like, just don't. Like,
I remember like when I was 13, like the last relationship I just had would have been like my marriage. Like I'm never gonna get married until like this is happening and this is happening, and like I would have considered me and that person a married couple. And when we separated, I was just okay, whatever, we're done.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
And like I just remember how like little it meant to me. Like yeah, I kind of expected this to happen or for me to say this, like whatever. And it's also kind of weird because like I'm trying to talk to them, like they're having like kind of hard time in life right now.
Yeah.
And we broke up, so it's just like I'm trying to talk to them about their life, and I'm pretty sure they're thinking that I'm trying to badger them about like us breaking up, and it's like,
oh, yeah,
I don't care about that. Like that means not like.
Not care less.
I think I'm sorry to say that, but like yeah, I really had not a lot of emotional attachment to you, and I don't know how to like I don't even know how to approach her about it as well. And it's like at this point she's clearly avoiding me, so I'm like, no, what, fine, whatever. She clearly
sometimes we just like need our.
She clearly wants to be miserable type thing, and I'm gonna let her be miserable.
You guys break up like recently, or?
Real recent, like a month ago. No, not long at all. Like literally months, if that. And I used to joke around.
Live together?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I'm a very open person, so it's kind of like a weird thing. But I don't like the expression like treat people like you want to be treated, because half the time people do not know how that they. They don't know how they want to be treated in the first place. But it's also just one of those things like you know how you want to treat somebody that you care about.
Right.
So with that being said, treat somebody like you care about them, and make sure that they know it. So I'm a very open person, and originally she moved in out of like convenience. It wasn't like, oh, we're so in love, let's move in together. It was literally like, why don't I give you a ride to work today? Okay. well, that means you need to sleep over at my place because like you don't have a place for me to sleep down in Philly.
Yeah.
So initially it just came from sleeping over for me driving here to work, and then eventually became like kind of like an everyday thing where
Yeah.
we enjoyed seeing each other every day. Or I'd be like, hey, I get off work in 3 hours. What are you doing? I get off work in 5 hours. Do you want me to give you a ride home? Yeah, I'd like that. And that was our relationship. Was
Yeah.
every moment out of work we were spending it together. So
Yeah.
in a sense, it was kind of like all lovey-dovey and awesome.
Yeah.
But then, like, you know, she moved in and a whole lot of things, like, not between her and I, a lot of other things went wrong.
Yeah.
And that's more or less what caused us to break up, I guess.
I mean, outside influences definitely affect relationships.
Yeah.
Especially if there's someone new. It's kind of like, I don't know how to.
And so, I mean, like, that's the funny thing, too, is, like, most people that I've talked to, they're like, you know, when you break up, that's it, you just never speak again. And we didn't have that, like, awkward breakup. We didn't have that bad breakup. It was like, hey, I think we should separate. I don't want to, but if you think that's best, okay. And that was our breakup. Like,
Yeah.
like, I can't force you to stay with me, and nor am I going to say, no, I'm not breaking up with you. No, you're stuck in this relationship with me until I'm done with you. Like, no, we're not 14. Like, when one person says it's over, like,
you have to accept it.
you
Yeah.
have to accept it, and you gotta grow. But it's just kind of funny, like, I didn't date somebody for 3 years, so, I kind of, not, I don't want to say messed around, but I dabbled in dating from time to time. I don't know what, like I didn't.
I like it. Yeah.
I didn't date anybody, and I didn't mess around with anybody. But like, there's like potential relationships that I was trying for
Yeah.
that didn't work out for about
Yeah.
for about 3 years. And I mean, like literally, the most I did in those 3 years was kissed a few girls. Like that was it. Like I did nothing. Yeah, for 3 years, and then I dated this girl, and it was just like or not girl, but lady. I dated this lady. I really expected things to like go along. Like after 3 years of being single, you really define yourself. Like I can't believe. I can't. Well, I mean, in all seriousness, like 3 years ago, I was not self-confident. Today, I have no problem with myself. I love myself to death. It's like 3 years ago, I wouldn't have been able to believe that. Like, how can somebody love themselves if they don't have a partner? And you know, now I'm just like, I'm so glad I don't have a partner. That's probably the only reason I can love. Like how self-conscious you become, or like.